Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Music Marketing Wednesday. And today's topic is huge, and you need to capitalize on this ASAP while it's super cheap. No other video advertising you're gonna get as cheap of returns as this. Facebook is really trying to push their videos right now. People have been saying this for a couple years now, and I've been noticing a small increase. When I first started doing this, I could get it at 0.003 a view. 0.003 a view. Now we're getting at 0.02. So the price is increasing, but it's still super cheap. If you want to capitalize and grow your fan base while it's fairly cheap, it's the time to do so now. So here's one I ran for a day, $3, okay? And this is to, I believe, my fans, or maybe fans and friends. So this is kind of like an ad you would run after you've grown your page, you know? Otherwise, who are you going to be advertising to if you don't have many likes on your page? So let's edit this ad and see what the audience is. So targeting ad set. So my audience is people who like my page, okay? So it's all the ADAY people who fit, or not the ADAY, the Tarant info people who like the page, who fit in the demographics. I'm sending it to the age groups, and that's who it's going to be sending to. So I did that one. It was, let's go back. Alright, so 26th to the 27th. It's ran for 23 hours so far, and that's kind of what you're getting when you're pitching to your own people, you know? And that's just the paid. And what the reason why you'd want to do this is to, one, Facebook's reach is minimal, so you want to pitch it to the people who like your page, and by them liking it, more people who like your page will see it, because it's telling Facebook it's a hot topic of people who like this page, so it's going to show more people who like your page. And then once more people who like your page like it, it's going to show that it's really hot, and it's going to start showing their friends, you know, and then start branching out that way. That is why I initially boost this, you know, put that out there. And those are the results, you know, 2 seconds of view. But yeah, that's to the, you know, the likes and stuff. That's after you build your thing. So now we're going to set up a $1 one-day campaign of targeting. So now this is going to be the entire Facebook of who we target, and we'll check back tomorrow and see the results. So let's set this up and get this ad running. I am going to be using the same one that I used in the one I just showed you. It is our free sample pack that we're trying to push right now, saying thanks for the 500 YouTube subscribers. So let's do that right now. Okay, so we're going to go off the top of my head. We're going to USA, Canada, United Kingdom. We'll go to Australia. We'll hit up France. So we'll stick at this for now, because these are like the highest countries that are coming in to our page. So I want to pitch to them, and I'll just pitch to everybody, since this is going to be a targeted ad. And I could pitch down to the 14-year-olds, 15, but for the most part, these people are going to stumble across it because they're searching on the internet no matter what. So if they're really looking for this, they'll find it. I try to go from like the 16 plus. This way, you know, they're a little more independent. They're able to work. They're able to, you know, bring in their own funds. They're more independent from their parents. And, you know, those are the people I want to work with. I don't want to work with the people who are still just stumbling across music and, you know, trying to better themselves. I want to be targeting the ones who are already know what it is and are looking to push themselves further. So that's the age group I figured. Up to you. That could be anything. And I don't go over 30 because, as far as I know, I don't know anyone over 30 that makes music. I think 28, 29 is the oldest I know. And obviously, there's people older that make music, but I mean, like, they're still working to make that their main source of life and income. Uh, Below 30, those are the people that are in it to win it right now. And then I used to do all, but the hardcore truth is it's like 90% men. And if I'm going to be paying 50-50 to pitch to men and a woman, I'm going to be paying way more to get a woman in than a man in. And it's just advertising. It's nothing against women. If they want to make music, join. Like I said, I have about 10% girls in this that are learning to produce music. So they are there, but for me to pay to get them in, it is costing way too high. And most of the time, women are friends with men. If the men like the page, it's going to say, hey, women, look at this guy likes this page or this post. You might like it too. So that way, Facebook works for you and you're still able to hit everybody, but you're only specifically paying for the majority. That's why I picked the biggest group here, the biggest age group here. And obviously, I want people to speak English. I'm speaking English. They're not going to understand what I'm doing if they don't. And then men for that reason. Details. So include people who match one of the following. So this is our preset pack. So we're going to have to target preset or music companies to branch off of them and get more target on who are pitching. So Sonic Academy is a good one. Cymatics is obviously a good one. ADSR is a good one. Point Blank Music College. Dubspot. And then we'll throw in a broad term. Actually, no, we'll keep going with companies and stuff. So we got, I got Dubspot and then Dubspot. So it's a school. Computer music is another cool one. And what's our audience at right now? Your audience selection is fairly broad. So it's going to be a big one. So now we can start cutting back and just some of the small ones though are kind of what you want because then you could get targeted quick. So Cymatics, I feel like it's not Cymatics FM's. It's the Sound and Water. Yeah, so that's all they have. So we're gonna cut that out. That's gonna shorten our reach a little bit. So we got 10,000. ADSR is getting pretty big. We might want to cut them out because you're gonna want to not target the big names. You're gonna want to target the smaller names, and that way less people are advertising to these groups. But you also want them to be like either teaching or sample packs. So that's what all these are doing. So our audience is still fairly broad. How are we going to cut this back? Well, Prime Loops is looking pretty big, or Dubspot. Now, Dubspot is a very, very great school. It's pretty high-end. If people are going there, they're most likely not going to want to come to our free stuff. So we're going to cut those out. And now we're looking at enough. We might want to cut out Prime Loops just because that's another big one. And let's see where we're at now. So we're still pretty broad. And now I'm going to add Prime Loops back in, watching these numbers though. So take note of this little potential reach, 11,000. So now we go Prime Loop, Prime Loops, add them back in. All right, so we're gonna be able to reach more people this way, 28,000. and then we're gonna go back in and add the other one. So sample phonics, no. We could put in electronic music production. It's like a broader term. And look at that, we brought it up just a little bit, but see the reach. So 29, let's take this out again. 32. So we're gonna stick with this as it's giving us the biggest reach right now. Connections, we don't want connections. We're gonna save this audience and we'll save it as video test for YouTube vid. All right. So we're gonna save that audience just so we know. So the daily budget, we're gonna go lifetime budget. Not $100. We're going $1. We're ending this, what is it, 27th? We're ending this, oh wait, no, tomorrow's Tuesday. I don't know why I keep thinking today's Tuesday. All right, so we're running it for one whole day. $1, video views, automatic, impressions. If I go to 10-second video view, okay, we're gonna try the 10-second video view on this one. And then we'll copy this and run another one for impressions, and then we'll weigh it out, you know? Alright, for some reason it's not letting me I think it's because the post is boosting right now. So we're gonna browse the library and upload the video. So there we go, 20 plus serum, select. I don't want captions. And then we'll train this. So you're gonna want download 20 plus free serum presets. Oh. Presets, add website URL. And on Bitly, I made a URL to track. And the reason why you want to track it is because then you could see how many people clicked it so far. So that first ad I ran was 5 people clicked it so far. So, you know, not a lot of people are going to be clicking links on Facebook. It is there to learn more. Or if it says download sometimes. So download, it helps a lot. Download your free presets now. Is that gonna work? And then we're gonna tell them multi-genre, just to add that. So they're like, okay, what style is this? Oh, it's multi-genre. Okay, cool. Now I can download this. But that I'm gonna keep it simple, just like that. And maybe put it up here. I'm thinking I shouldn't put it up here because the reach might affect me because of the length. But so yeah. That's all. We'll track conversions just to my pixel. That's a video for another time. And we're gonna place this order. Like I said, we're gonna copy this and then switch it to impressions, so we can measure out impressions versus that 10-second view. And yeah, so that is sending. Oh shit, there was a duplicate button right there, and I clicked past it. All right, so you gotta go into duplicate ad. I believe this is the one we're in. Thank you. Let me go back to the main page so we could see exactly which one we're in. So this is the one we're on right here. So the new one we just started up is this USCA. But I'm gonna duplicate ad set just so we can visualize all 3 at once. And this one's gonna be this one's gonna be switched to impressions. And we're at $1. Everything's good. We're running till the 28th. $1. All right, let's send this in. I didn't even see what that said on my reach, but place order. So now we have 2. We got the video views and impressions, and we'll be able to see right off the bat when we come back in tomorrow of how these play out. So we ran the 2 different ads for a day now. They're just about spent out. 99 cents, 97 cents. I'm going to get my car taken to the shop and prepped and maintenanced. So I have to film this a little earlier than when the time actually ran out. But so we did 1 impressions and 1 I think 10-second views. So let's, from the overview, they look pretty much the same. This one got a few more views, less reach though. So more views, less reach, and a couple pennies less. So let's break into this one and see which setting I believe this one was the impressions, if I remember. Alright, so I'm pretty sure the copy was the impressions. No, the 10-second one, I think. Impressions. So the copies impressions. So as right now, so it did catch up on the spinning. It was a couple cents under. So the impressions, we got more views, more reach, same price, same spending than the 10-second one. So let's go to the 10-second one, just to make sure that's what it was. Yeah, 10-second video view, that's what you get charged for. Now if you go down to by action, so the 10-second view, oh wait, no, it was the impressions. The impressions is the only one that people actually went to the website from, whereas this was just, I think, the Facebook video URL. So the impressions, keep in mind, they're the same target, same everything. I didn't change anything besides the, are you going to pay for the 10-second view or impressions? And for the most part, I would always click 10-second video views until I did the split test. And I noticed that the impressions, for some reason, will always get me more results, more reach. Well, it technically wasn't the case when I was 2 cents less, but look at, I surpassed the reach with 2 cents. Like, it's crazy how much you could get for the impressions. So, and then 2 cents a video view, Like I said, I believe on YouTube it could cost anywhere up to like 25 to $1 advertisement thing. It just depends on if like they click on it or not. So definitely get it on Facebook videos right now before it's too late. A lot of people are coming up from it and just blowing up out of nowhere, because look, this is only $1. So I kind of popped up and then disappeared. Imagine if I did $1 a day or $2 a day for like a month. My brand would be out there constantly. People would be reminded of it constantly, and it'd become kind of like a go-to, and it just becomes brand awareness and brand familiarity. Like, you go to your top brands, your favorite brand, even though it's not what it is. Like, people just call phones iPhones now. Don't you have an iPhone? No, I have an Android. So we're not even calling them by the actual phones anymore. We're calling them by the make. And I don't know, Android's like the software or supplier or whatever. I don't know. I think it's the software, whatever. So we're just categorizing things on the stuff we're familiar with and know the most. Whereas, before I used to say, the Razor flip phones, you used to have those, you got flip phone, whatever. Um, yeah, and then if you think about searching, you say Google it. Do you say go on the internet and search, or you just say Google it, YouTube it? And that's what you want with your brand, and that's the point of these videos and advertising, is just to get that familiarity built up with the people who are actually interested, kind of interested, and maybe they're just friends of friends who are interested, and that's why it's showing up on their feed. But if you're able to do that, then they'll be like, hey, look, so and so, check out this brand. I think this would fit you perfect, or they would help you or not. So now you're creating an engagement with your brand, and it's a win-win. You may not see the big results at first, couple people trickling in, but remember, I think they say on average 7 times people need to see you before they remember you. 7 times. So if you're thinking, I'm only going to pitch this to certain people once, it's not going to work. You want to show it to them many times, because on that 7th time, they'll be like, okay, you know what? They've been around a while. They keep showing me this message. Obviously, I'm their target. Let me check out what they have to say. At the first glance, people are gonna skip over a lot because it doesn't seem important, and then they'll scroll through their feed. Oh, ad. But if you see that ad like 6-7 times, you're gonna be like, okay, what the hell is this really about? Check it out. Maybe you go to the website, whatnot. And now maybe you're an actual fan. That happens to me with companies, these marketing people that try to pitch to me. Some of them are good, and it takes me like the 7th time seeing their ad to actually go see what the ad's about and click on it. So it is what it is. There's a lot to digest in the world today, and especially with advertising. So make it good, don't make it spammy, and make people want to click on it. And yeah, it's gonna work for you. So this is the breakdown. As we see, $1 with the impressions on your video views is gonna get you a better run. Now, if we go to breakdown on the country, though, so if we go delivery country, we could actually see which country pays the least. Like we could pitch to those, whatever has like the least on the cost, the lowest price, you could pitch to them on a single ad, and that way you get more return. So like France, France and Canada got the 1 cent, America is at 3 cents, and then United Kingdom and Australia are at 2 cents. So if you do that and split up the ads by what the cost will be, that's the way I do it, because look at United States is the most. Yeah, that's where I am, and I need to get a fan base here, but a lot of our stuff's over the internet, so I'm not gonna, because I live here, just keep advertising to these people at a higher price when I could pitch to these people, these people at a lower price. And they know people in the United States. They're gonna like artists in the United States and stuff, and my ad's gonna come up. So I'm not really worried about that. Plus, whoever likes the page, I'm going to pitch to it in a different ad with page likes. So I'm going to get to those Americans and all those countries that actually like the page. And then it'll split out from there when they like it, and then their friends see it and that stuff like that. So it's good to know your cost of countries and where you're spending. See, I didn't spend too much money out here because the price is high. I spent most of my money in the United Kingdom right here at 2 cents. Then we go down to France for a penny, and then Canada and Australia kind of, just took a little bit of the money. But most of the audience right here, United Kingdom and France. Maybe I would do a separate ad just to them because it's a good return. And there's a lot of testing that needs to be done. So in your mind, if you think something could be possible, run a $1 ad, check out the results. Maybe do 2 days, because a day sometimes is not enough to get the real results. You got to do it for a couple days. But I do see that $1 is enough if you're low on budgets and you just want to really see what's going to work before you put in $5 or $10, whatever. This is the best way to do it. And I ran many tests. If I scroll down, let me go back to my main account. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to see bunch of, I deleted a bunch too, but look at all these. These are all ads. And then if you open them, a lot of them kind of have tests, and they're like split tests. Some of them I put more money on than usual. These are all just updating. That's why I'll say 0 and stuff. But yeah, it's you gotta do the split testing, and you gotta know what the numbers are doing and how things work. And if you just blindly put money to get page likes, it's not gonna help your brand. And a lot of the likes are gonna be spammy, and they're not gonna engage. So I find this way, pushing out content and gaining likes that way for people who actually want to like you, helps a lot more in the long run. So I hope this has helped you with the marketing and just kind of seeing how Facebook could really help your brand, and for cheap right now. Like, it's it's super cheap. It used to be even cheaper, but it's still super cheap, and it's time to get on this before it goes up. So I hope this has helped you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Click that like button, notification, that bell notification, so you know every time we upload a video. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.